Welcome back to Real Estate Today. I'm Elliot Koolik, and we're here with Gary Hertzberg. He just recently purchased a home, and I want to get his really his version of, what transpired in, obtaining a loan. I know you were kind of toying with, should you get a loan, should you not get a loan? I mean, how did you guys, you and Lisa, decide to actually, go forward, get a loan? I mean, what were your objectives? I guess is the best question.
Well, our objective was to keep the rate down per month as low as possible. We didn't expect to have a mortgage for beyond 10 years from the outset. So initially we looked into 10-year mortgages that would be principal and interest, and ultimately decided to just go interest only, provided there was a prepayment without penalty.
Now, when you said you looked into it, we kind of earlier in the show we talked about there's different ways to go and kind of secure financing. I know you've had mortgages before, which we've talked about. You could have gone to a bank, you could have gone online, you could have gone to a mortgage broker. I mean, how did you arrive at the best way, to get a mortgage for your new purchase?
Well, we were referred to a mortgage broker who then sat down with us and discussed with us what our objectives were, then discussed various options available to us, and we went through a step-by-step process until we determined the one that we needed, and we needed a little bit of an education because we learned a little bit more about jumbo mortgages and what the break points were for that.
Well, I think they've changed, actually.
They may have.
Yeah. So do you feel like the process has kind of changed since, obviously your first mortgage was probably different than your current mortgage? Do you feel like the process has changed a little bit?
I think it's been a combination of being both more efficient, but at the same time there are more options. There seem to be more
Which can lead to confusion too.
Right, and I think that as a result of that, you needed to really be diligent in terms of selecting the product that was going to be best for us.
Now, did you use the internet at all as far as trying to find out about rates? I know you use I get a lot of your emails.
Right, yes.
So,
well, I am on the internet quite a bit. And we did do that. We did network with other people that had recently gotten mortgages, and we did do some research online so that we were a little better educated. But ultimately, we would throw that all back at the broker, and he would break it down for us, let us know where it all
it's interesting because when I was talking to Mark Flicker, he was telling me that when you look in the newspaper, there's certain posted rates, and sometimes they have you're going to pay a point here or you don't pay a point, and it really doesn't always tell you the whole picture. And I'm sure clearly if you go online too, do you feel that working with a mortgage broker, did it guide the process a little bit better for you than just, why didn't you just do it online?
I think that certainly depending upon the size of the mortgage would have some bearing on it, but for the size mortgage we were looking for, I think that you had to go with a broker. I mean, they bring an expertise to the process. They tell you things that you would not ordinarily know, and I would strongly recommend that people consider a mortgage broker.
And it's interesting because even if you do go online, I think ultimately it's not like you go online and then you just type in what you want, and then all of a sudden you have a loan. I mean, clearly at the end of the day, I think you are talking to someone. Mm-hmm. But maybe those people haven't, had the, they don't have access to a mortgage broker, or they haven't spoken to them. So, maybe that's kind of one way to go. Sometimes you hear that there are surprises, along the process, either, when you're trying to get the commitment, or they're asking for other conditions, or sometimes even when you're at the closing, sometimes the documents can be right. I mean, did you find that with your experience?
No, we had an excellent experience. We were fortunate enough that we dealt with all the people we dealt with had a great deal of expertise, and they were very thorough, and everything at closing was exactly as it should be, and it was very smooth.
Okay, well that's great. How do you like your new house, by the way?
We love it.
Is it really?
We love it. It's our dream house.
Well, it's nice because the process. There's a very objective side to purchasing a home, and there's also the subjective side and the emotional side of it. And sometimes I think mistakes are made even by the borrower because they're so excited and maybe they don't ask the right questions or they don't divulge the right information clearly with the mortgage. And you really want to make the best decision, but when you tie it with a little bit of emotion there, sometimes the process can go awry. But fortunately, I think you were very thorough because I know your personality, and I'm so happy that it worked out for you. So,
yeah, no doubt it's a stressful time. Can be.
It can be. It's stressful
and exciting.
Yeah, so it's it's good for everybody.
Right.
So I really appreciate you coming to the show. I hope everybody at home learned a little bit, from your experiences, and I'm sure they have similar stories as well. We'll be right back. We're going to bring back Mark Flicker with Majestic Mortgage, and I want to just kind of wrap up everything and ask him a few more questions where the industry is trending. So we'll be right back.